High school baseball is back on Beaver Media and on YouTube Live. Tonight from Memorial Field in Anderson, Indiana. Play in 1A Sectional 55 as Southern Wells takes on Cowan. Good evening and hi again, everyone. Brian Beaver along with you tonight. Great to have you along with us for this first step through the state tournament. Southern Wells has had a tough year. They come in at 3-20 overall for the season. Cowan is 9-11. The Blackhawks started slowly, but have played much better baseball in the second half, the back 9 holes of their baseball season, and they hope to get a leg up here and get an opening night win in this tournament. 7 teams in this field, 6 games over what should have been about a week, but now will be about 4 days because of rainouts Wednesday and Thursday. Game 1 tonight, by the way, won by Tri-Central. The Trojans dined their opponent, Liberty Christian, beating them 10-0 in 6 innings of play early on through this one tonight in Anderson. Game 1 had plenty of sunshine and nice and mild. Game 2, we have an overcast sky, a chance at least of more rain, which we need like a hole in the head. And hopefully we'll get this one in complete game tonight and have 2 games in the bag heading into tomorrow, when we'll have 1 game tomorrow. If the schedule holds, it'll be a game involving a Delaware County team as Anderson Prep Academy takes on defending 1A state champion Daleville. Teams are on the field being introduced right now. We'll take a quick break. When we come back, we'll set this one up lineups-wise for you here on Beaver Media. Great to have you along. Don't go away.
Sports is filled with athletes who possess the eye of the tiger and whose focus and determination enables them to soar like eagles. The games themselves can't be played without a few zebras. Becoming an IHSAA official is a great way to be part of the action and to support Indiana's healthy tradition of high school athletics. Visit IHSAA.org and get in the game. This message brought to you by the IHSAA and the high schools in your community.
He worked out early, practiced late, and studied well into the night. The next day, he did it all over again.
She missed time hanging out and socializing with friends so she could make it on time to practices and games.
He became a top student and a confident leader, even as he helped his team win back-to-back conference titles.
She became a role model in her community, even as she led her team to an undefeated season.
And when they finished playing high school sports, what did they do next?
She graduated from college with honors and went to work for a successful company.
He attended graduate school and became a difference maker in his community.
Because that's what student athletes in Indiana do. They use the skills they develop playing high school sports today
to do even bigger things in life tomorrow.
High school sports.
A winning part of a complete education.
This message presented by the Indiana High School Athletic Association and the Indiana Interscholastic Athletic Administrators Association.
There's still a place where performance is enhanced by extra effort, not by performance-enhancing drugs. There's still a place where contracts are between coaches and players, and the terms are non-negotiable. There's still a place where an edge is something you gain by working harder than your opponent. There's still a place where sport is pure. That place is the high school in your community. At the Indiana High School Athletic Association, we believe that while competition can be fierce, it doesn't change the fact that it's only a game. The goal may be to win, but the point is to have fun. And if you want to be reminded of just how great sports can be when they're played the right way, then the place to be is at a high school sporting event in your community. High school sports, pure spirit, pure sport, pure Indiana. This message made possible by the IHSAA and the high schools in this community.
Welcome back to the ballpark. We're just about set for action here in Game 2 of the opening round play at Anderson's Memorial Field. Pitching matchup tonight for Cowan, Austin Carnes, the right-hander. having a pretty decent year so far for Ryan Conwell. You look at the pitching numbers for Austin Carnes. This will be his 8th game. Just under 29 innings of work. He is 2-1 with an ERA of 2.44. We'll set the rest for you as we get set to start this one tonight under a cloudy sky. It's a beautiful night for baseball, and here comes the windup in the pitch. It's a fastball low and away for ball one, and we are underway at 7:39 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time. We'll set the defense for you momentarily. Mason Huffman standing in to lead off for Southern Wells. Right-handed hitter, center fielder. He takes high and away, and it's 2-0. Defensively for Cowan, Dylan Goodman in left, Casey Henderson in center, Max Nitrar out in right field. We'll set the infield for you after this one. Fastball, and it's a called strike on the outside corner, and we have a 2-1 count to the leadoff hitter, Mason Huffman. Jack Mace at third base for the Blackhawks, Evan Davis at short, Chris Barton at second, Colin Keir down at first. There's a swing and a miss as Huffman took a couple steps down the line toward first, and the count goes to 2-2. Gaskell catching today. Austin Carnes throwing him to him, and here's the pitch. Ground ball to third, 2 hops. Mace can't handle it. It's going to be an error to start the game by Jack Mace. It was a hard hit ball on 2 hops right at the third baseman. Couldn't field it cleanly. Huffman is at first, and with the error, an early scoring chance for the Southern Wells Raiders. That'll bring in Dustin Baumgartner. Right-handed hitter, Cowan looking bunt here. He does not score. He takes away ball one. Dustin Baumgartner is the second baseman. Comes in with a .390 batting average. That's the best on Chris Painter's ball club. Here's the pitch. Hit in the air toward right field. Coming on to get it. Can't get there is Nietrauer. It falls in for a Texas League single. And the Raiders have the first 2 men aboard here in the first inning. That'll bring in the dangerous Evan Huffman.
Number 2, Evan Huffman.
You ask why dangerous? 10 home runs a year ago. He has 4 this season. Young, powerful hitter. And he comes in with gaudy numbers. .383 for a batting average, slugging at .716. His OPS, on base plus slugging, .1223. One of the better hitters you'll see all year in 1A baseball. So the Raiders have an early scoring chance. They're putting the pressure on Carnes early with Huffman, Mason Huffman at second, and Dustin Baumgartner at first. Open stance by Huffman at the plate, and he takes high ball one. Michael Sutton, the third baseman, waiting in the on-deck circle. From the stretch, Carnes has a sign, checks the runners, brings it home, over but low, and it's 2-0. Raiders are the visiting team. They're wearing the road gray pants, bright blue jerseys, red trim with white numerals, blue batting helmets. They look a lot like the Cubs when they go on the road. Waiting on the 2-0 pitch. Here it is. It's a fastball, called strike outside corner, and it's 2-1. Again, a reminder that the first game went to Tri-Central by a 10-0 score, a 6-inning game. Liberty Christian out of the tournament. Carnes, long wait. Here comes the next one. Fastball, and again taken on the outside edge. Huffman does not like either call, and it's 2-2. And I got to tell you, from where I'm sitting right behind the plate, we're a strike zone on the edge so far in the game. 2-2 pitch on the way. It's way outside in the left-handed batter's box. Good stop by Gaskell, and the count runs full. Terrific night to play, as long as we keep that 4-letter word away. Starts with R. Here's the pitch. Swing and a miss. One away. That's a big out. And to take down that tough Evan Huffman with a strikeout. Runners don't go anywhere. Out of the inning. One down, men at first and second for the cleanup man, Michael Sutton, who is the third baseman. Elijah Barkell waiting in the on-deck circle for Southern Wells. The first pitch home to Sutton is over his head, ball one. Sutton is a .319 batter, 42 batter. Waiting on the 1-0 pitch. Here it comes. Foul tip. Gaskell holds on to it. 1 ball, 1 strike. Great to have you along tonight. Would love to know where you're listening. Around the county, around the world for that matter. Carnes ready, still in that stretch with minute first and second and 1 out. Here's the pitch. Line drive into right field. Nitrar comes on, takes it on a hop. The stop sign goes up. No, he's going to run through it. Here comes the throw to the plate. He is out. Cowan shoots him down. And that's 2 away. You hear the crowd loving that one. Wow. 9-2. Nitrar with a nice throw.
Number 21, Elijah Barkell.
So minute first and second. 2 down for Elijah Barkell, and he takes a strike. That's a big play early in the game, I got to tell you. We were talking about that before game one. I'll let you in on that in a minute. There's another strike, a fastball on the outside corner, and it's quickly 0-2. Game last night between Columbus East and Shelbyville, and there was the play at the plate in that one. An outfield assist that kept the game going for Columbus East. Fantastic game. Next pitch is outside. Runs the count to 1-2. I'd like to thank David Bradford, the athletic director at Anderson Prep Academy. They are the host school. As you hear the old fire engine going by the stadium, happens every time. Here's the pitch. Ground ball up the middle. Shortstop should have it easily. He'll take it to first, and they get him by an eyelash on an Evan Davis to Colin Keir put out, and that does it in the top of the first for Southern Wells. They make some noise, but they go home with nothing. They leave 2 men on base, and after half an inning, Southern Wells nothing. Cowan coming to bat on Beaver Media.
The world of high school sports is filled with athletes who possess the eye of the tiger and whose focus and determination enables them to soar like eagles. The games themselves can't be played without a few zebras. Becoming an IHSAA official is a great way to be part of the action and to support Indiana's healthy tradition of high school athletics. Visit IHSAA.org and get in the game. This message brought to you by the IHSAA and the high schools in your community.
Welcome back to the ballpark. We move to the bottom of the first inning. Southern Wells nothing. Cowan coming to bat. Here's how they'll line them up tonight for the Southern Wells Raiders. Cody Bass out in left field. Mason Huffman in center. Corey Shaw in right. On the infield, it's Michael Sutton at third. Evan Huffman at short. Dustin Baumgartner is the second baseman. And the first baseman tonight for the Raiders, Braden Schreiber. Brennan Reinhardt wearing the tools of ignorance behind the plate. And on the mound, Elijah Barkell. Barkell, a big, strongly built right-handed pitcher. And as we look at his numbers briefly on the mound this season, Barkell is in his 12th game now on the mound. He's 1-5 with a .758 earned run average. As you can guess, when you're 3-20, the pitching numbers are not all that spectacular. When you're losing that many games, even if you're pitching well, you're just not able to put up much in terms of statistics. A look at the lineups tonight for both clubs and for Cowan. Here's how they'll run through the order tonight. Casey Henderson will lead off and play center. Max Nitrar bats second and plays right. Austin Carnes is batting third and pitching. Jack Mace playing third base, the cleanup man. Dylan Gaskell batting fifth and catching. Batting sixth, the left fielder, Dylan Goodman. Colin Keir is batting seventh and playing first base. Evan Davis, the shortstop, will hit in the 8-hole. And batting ninth and playing second base, Chris Barton. Casey Henderson to stand in. And the first pitch of the game from Barkel is a called strike on the outside corner. Casey Henderson have a terrific year. He's batting .491. That is a team best. He leads the team in slugging and OPS as well. He looks at a fastball in the dirt away, and it's 1-1. In fact, you look at Casey's numbers, .698 for a slugging percentage, 11 doubles, and his OPS is a gaudy .1286. Right-handed batter, left-handed thrower. He takes away, and he's ahead 2-1. Henderson, Nietrauer, and Carnes in the home half of the first for Cowan. We'll tell you about their wardrobe in a moment. Here comes the pitch. Tapper up the third baseline, foul. Cowan, the home team in this contest, wearing white pants, gold jerseys, black lettering with white trim. Casey Henderson wearing the old-fashioned stirrups and wearing them high like we used to in the late 70s. It's a good look. He's a terrific little ball player, one of the best in the county. He rips one to left field. Here he comes. Can he get it? No. Cody Bass made a really nice play to try to get it on the fly. He one-hopped it, and Henderson will be at first base with a single. That'll bring up Max Nietrauer, and I'm betting the lunch money that he'll be bunting here with nobody out in the bottom of the first. Nietrauer, the right fielder, also a right-handed hitter. He squares. Wild pitch. Goes all the way to the screen. Henderson will go all the way down to second base. So Cowan has a runner in scoring position here early on in this game 2 in sectional 55. And now Nietrauer will look down at Ryan Conwell as he goes through the signs, and we'll see if they're bunting into third or whether Max will be hitting away. He squares again. Another wild pitch trickles away from the catcher. Henderson will move to third. So a really solid scoring chance now in the bottom of the first for Cowan. Casey Henderson singled to left, moved to second on a wild pitch, moved to third on another wild pitch. Barkel is in trouble. Nietrauer grounds one foul over near the third base dugout. Cowan in the third base dugout. Southern Wells in the first base dugout. Pretty good crowd for a threatening sky and a long trip for the Raider fans. There's a pitch away, and that makes it 3-1. The lights are on here. They've been on all game. Game 1 was played in beautiful sunshine for the most part, but this one, gray and overcast and threatening. There's a wild pitch. That's ball 4, and Nietrauer has himself a walk. That'll put runners on the corners with nobody out and the dangerous Austin Carnes coming to the plate. And time is called as Brennan Reinhardt, the catcher for the Raiders, goes out to the mound to have a chat with Elijah Barkel. This is not a guy you want up with a lot of ducks on the pond, I can tell you that. .439 batting average, 2 home runs, a couple of triples, team leading 16 RBIs. So your best run producer is standing in there with runners at first and third and nobody out in a scoreless game, bottom of the first. Still from the stretch, runner breaks from first. There's a rip down the third baseline, sharply but foul. That did not fool Carnes at all. And Nietrauer was running on the pitch. We'll see if he's going again. First game tonight included a couple double plays, including the one that ended the game. By Tri-Central, they turned to 4-6-3 double play to end that first game and win 10-0 over Liberty Christian. Here's the pitch home. It's taken. It's a ball. Throw down is cut off in the middle. And Max Nietrauer has stolen second base. Pitch was called a ball. The count is 1-1. And now a great chance for Carnes to drive in a couple runs here early with men at second and third and no one out. Simple fly ball would probably get you a run on a sacrifice fly. There's a ground ball tapped up the third baseline, but foul. And it's 1-2. If you're Barkel, you could really use a strikeout right here. Carnes steps out. Now he's back in the box, right-handed hitter. Great chance to help his own cause as the Cowan pitcher. Ground ball sharply up the middle. The shortstop cuts it off, but he'll throw it to first. And they call him safe. He beat it out. That'll be an infield hit and an RBI for Austin Carnes, and it's 1-0 Cowan. Good hustle by Carnes to get down the line quickly. Evan Huffman played the ball well, but Carnes was able to leg it out. So 1-0 already with Cowan in front. Stillman on the corner, still nobody out. And the cleanup man, Jack Mace, the third baseman, is in the right-hand batter's box. Runner from first breaks, pitch home, and again they throw halfway down. Now they get the runner hung out to dry between third and home. They're going to run him down and tag him out on a really nice play by Dustin Baumgartner, the second baseman. They threw halfway. He came in and cut it off, got the runner from third hung up, and tagged him out on his own. That's going to be a 2-4 put out. That's the first out of the bottom of the first inning. The pitch was a ball to Mace. Here's the next one. He takes low. He's up 2-0. In the midst of all of that, Carnes, the runner from first, went down to second base. So he's in scoring position with one away. Barkell checks in, brings it home. Another one in the dirt. This one will skitter halfway to the first base dugout. Another wild pitch. That's the third one of the first inning by Barkell, and it allows Carnes to go all the way down to third base. Be bottom of the first for Southern Wells. They're struggling right now, but it's only a 1-0 game, and if you can keep them there, you got a lot of baseball ahead of you. Here's the pitch. Fastball on the outside corner taken for a strike. Jack Mace is a .386 hitter, a strong hitter. He's your typical cleanup man. Here's the pitch. He takes away, same spot, same call. A looking strike, and the count runs full. Bottom of the first inning, 1-0 game. Cowan has broken the ice. They've got a chance at another one here with a man at third. Chopper of a ground ball towards short. Huffman will take it to first in plenty of time this time. Carnes comes home to score to make it 2-0 Cowan. So Mace grounds out 6-3. It's his second out. He picks up the RBI. And Cowan has hung 2 so far here in the first. That's Jack Mace's 14th RBI of the season. It brings in Dylan Gaskell, the catcher. Really like this kid. He hustles his tail off. Base is empty with 2 down. Here's the pitch. Tapper up the third baseline. It dribbles foul. He'll do it all over again. And we had lightning in the distance, and the umpire saw it, and we're going to have a delay. So at 7:57, the field is cleared. And of course, under IHSAA rules, it's a 30-minute minimum wait until you can resume the game. So you're talking about almost to 8:30 before we can get this game resumed and continue this second game of the opening night doubleheader here at Memorial Field in Anderson. I see a bunch of Daleville guys in front of me in their sharp white hats. There's an Evan Etchison sighting, the young outstanding freshman pitcher. And, of course, they will clear the stands as well. So on a Friday night. We got part of the way there, folks. Go take a quick break. We'll come back and fill at least a few minutes before we take a break and check out after this timeout. You're listening to the 1A Sectional 55 Baseball Tournament only on Beaver Media. Don't go away. We'll be right back.
Hey, honey, is this your course schedule for the fall?
Yep.
Let me see here. English, good. Chemistry, trigonometry, excellent. World history. Oh, I love world history. Baseball? Wait, baseball? Baseball isn't a course, honey.
Well, sure it is, Mom. High school sports are about so much more than winning and losing. They teach lessons that can't be taught in a classroom, like accountability and self-discipline, the value of teamwork. I may not be I'm learning how to compete later in life. Isn't that what getting a good education is all about?
Yes, of course it is. I was just testing you.
What can teenagers here in Indiana learn from participating in high school sports? Plenty, as it turns out. That's why they're called education-based athletics.
High school sports. There's so much more than just a game.
This message presented by the Indiana High School Athletic Association and the Indiana Interscholastic Athletic Administrators Association. There's still a place. There's still a place where performance is enhanced by extra effort, not by performance-enhancing drugs. There's still a place where contracts are between coaches and players, and the terms are non-negotiable. There's still a place where an edge is something you gain by working harder than your opponent. There's still a place where sport is pure. That place is the high school in your community. At the Indiana High School Athletic Association, we believe that while competition can be fierce, it doesn't change the fact that it's only a game. The goal may be to win, but the point is to have fun. And if you want to be reminded of just how great sports can be when they're played the right way, then the place to be is at a high school sporting event in your community. High school sports, pure spirit, pure sport, pure Indiana. This message made possible by the IHSAA and the high schools in this community.
Welcome back to Memorial Field in Anderson. We have had lightning near the ballpark, and the umpires, by rule, have cleared the field of players. They've cleared the stands of spectators as they start to mill out here. And at just after 8 p.m., we're going to have a considerable wait before baseball. We've not had a drop of rain to my knowledge. I haven't seen any rain. I haven't seen anyone pop an umbrella or any sign of any water anywhere on the stands or on the field or on any of the players. This is about lightning, plain and simple, and keeping everybody safe. And of course, you have a 30-minute delay when you see lightning, and every time you see it, you restart the clock and put a fresh 30 minutes on it. The umpires are asking about whether they have tarps and whether they can cover at least the mound and the home plate area, which is probably a good idea because as a former weatherman in a previous life, I can tell you, while we don't have rain yet, there's a pretty good indication that we may have some before it's all over and all said and done. So I'm going to keep it here briefly for a moment and recap what we've had in terms of ball game for you. We are in the bottom of the first inning, and it's 2-0 Cowan. Southern Wells is the visiting team, and they had a good scoring chance in their half of the first. They opened the game and filled the bases, but they couldn't get anyone home. And a great throw from Max Nietrauer in right field to Dylan Gaskell at the plate. Cut down Mason Huffman trying to score. That was the second out of the first inning in the top half, following an Evan Huffman strikeout. And then a 6-3 ground out stranded the other two runners right where they were at first and second base. So no runs, 2 hits, an error, and 2 left in the top of the first for Southern Wells. And Austin Carnes, the pitcher for Cowan, worked out of trouble and was able to put up a goose egg in the right spot on the scoreboard. When we got to the bottom of the first, Casey Henderson singled to start the game. Sharp single to left. Went to second on a wild pitch. Went to third on another wild pitch. Max Nietrauer drew a base on balls. Austin Carnes singled. That drove in Casey Henderson with the first run of the game. Then fielder's choice sent Carnes to second. A wild pitch sent him to third. And a Jack Mace 6-3 ground out is what got him to the second run of the game. Mace picked up the RBI. It was 2-0 Cowan. And right after that, lightning northwest of the ballpark here on the southwest side of Anderson. and the umpire saw it immediately and ordered the players off the field, and we are in a lightning delay that will last until at least 8:30, if not longer. Dave Bradford, the APA athletic director, down here in front of the backstop talking to the umpires and to other school officials about how they're going to handle the rest of the night. The folks from APA are getting the mound and the home plate hitting area tarped so that if rain moves in, at least we have a fighting chance of resuming the game and getting some more action underway tonight. It's too soon to know. Could impact tomorrow's schedule. At this point, Daleville is scheduled to play Anderson Prep at 11 o'clock tomorrow morning. But should this game be done where it is right now tonight, you'd have more than 6.5 innings left to play in that one before you could get Daleville and APA underway. So we may be looking at what amounts to most of a doubleheader on Saturday to try to get these games in and get this sectional completed on time. It's not an easy thing to do, and your hat goes off to all the hard work put in by people who host these tournaments and who work real hard to get the diamonds ready and to get these games in. This diamond was a madhouse Wednesday with all the rain. It was still very wet yesterday. It's nice and playable today. This is a typical park now where the paths between home plate and first and third base and home are grass now. The only skin on the infield aside from the mound and the home plate area is the rest of the infield from first to second to third base. So you have a limited amount of dirt exposed to the rain, but should it rain hard again, I don't think we'd play the rest of the night based on the water it took on Wednesday and Thursday. We'll just have to wait and see what happens. We are at the mercy of Mother Nature right now. But here's what we're going to do. We're going to call it a night for right now. Follow me on Twitter if you don't already. My handle on Twitter is @DelcoPreps, DELCOPREPS, @DelcoPreps. And when we have official word about either a resuming time for this game or a word on a postponement perhaps for tonight and finish the game on Saturday morning, that's also a possibility. I'll let you know on Twitter as soon as I can about whether this game is going to resume tonight or whether it will move to Saturday, and we'll keep you posted there. So thanks for joining me tonight so far. We are 2 outs into the bottom of the first inning, and Cowan leads Southern Wells 2-0. I'm Brian Beaver. Thanks for joining me tonight. Talk to you soon on Twitter. Until then, so long, everybody.